What's going on, people? Good morning. Early. Yowza. I'm still stretching. But good morning. Come on in. I've been planning on doing this video for 2 days now. So, I guess it's time to go ahead and shoot it on out here. What's up, Tasha P? Good morning, baby. It's time to go ahead and shoot this video out here, guys. So I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to come in, and then I say, I guess, fuck it, we're going to go right in. I was watching Darkman XTV video that was on the that was in the group, and that's the joint I was watching this morning. Matter of fact, like not too right before I did this, and so it just pushed me on the actual doing of this video like immediately, and doing this live stream immediately, because this shit needs to be addressed, because I've never addressed it, and I've been wanting to, and every time I get ready to do it, I always fucking forget. I always forget to do this shit, and I'm not going to forget today, because I'm going to make the whole video centered around it. The entire video, the entire live stream is going to be centered around this one point. If I go and I order, let's say, I order me a 40-inch flat screen off of Walmart's website, and I take that TV home, and I plug that shit in, and it doesn't even come on, and not only does it not come on, the shit fizzles out and bursts in the back, and a little bit of the flame hit me on my arm and burn a little bit on my arm. Shouldn't I get my money back from Walmart? Shouldn't I be able to get my refund back, my money back from Walmart? If I go get any product or service, and the product or service doesn't provide what it says it's going to provide, and not only does it not provide what it says it's going to provide, it actually makes my life worse by having it, shouldn't I be able to go get my money back? Shouldn't I be able to go to the people who sold me this status correction and say, hey, when I went to court to try to take the court back, like the judge said, take over the courtroom and do all this shit, unless it says buyer beware. And you know they never say that shit, Tasha, because they're not gonna say that, because no one's gonna want to buy the shit. If they don't come out and basically sell you on this shit, they come out and they sell you on status correction. They sell you that, hey, you're being manipulated by the judge, and you're being manipulated by this person and that person, and all you got to do is A, B, C, and D, and boom, all of that'll be over with, because they're a corporation and they're not allowed to interface with a corporation. So the fact that they're interfacing with a corporation makes them in direct violation of the UCC blah 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 308-1 such and such such. Okay, wonderful. All that shit sounds magnificent, yo. It sounds absolutely wonderful to hear you say the things you're saying. Okay, let's put it all back in the proper perspective. If none of that shit works, should I not get my fucking money back? That's what the live stream is about today, guys. Good morning, welcome. That's what the live stream's going to be about today. I might only keep y'all an hour or so. It ain't going to be that long. So we're going to get it in, and we're going to get it in nice and thick. And we're going to talk about why the fuck does you selling a product or service, and if you supposedly selling a product or service, where's the fucking refund button? Because we all know that nigga Polite said on his joint, hit the refund button, but we all seen his website and we know that that reset button doesn't exist. And there's a reason that the refund button doesn't exist. The refund button doesn't exist is because once they get your money, game over. Once your money is grabbed by these people, it's game over. It's a wrap, nigga. You might as well move on to some other shit. Why do you think it's hard to get these people to come to court with you and address the situations in court? What the fuck is going on? Like most people that do that shit, every single Moor that I was ever locked up with, never, not one time did I see groups of Moors showing up on that brother's defense on their behalf. Not one time. Not one time did I see groups of Moors coming up to the jails, talking to people's families who left the courtroom saying, look, this is what we could do to help you, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Not one time. And then when you talk to these people and you get on them and you have conversations with them, here we go again. What do? They start telling you all types of cool things about themselves. They start telling you all these grandiose fucking things about how you are king and we are kings and we this, that, and the third. And my favorite one that they do is how they run around and say this. And tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all tell me right now if I'm wrong that the Moors do not say this shit all the time and or routinely. That we are here to fix fallen. What up, Dark Man? What's going on, brother? I just watched one of your videos, man. It was very powerful, y'all. It led me to go ahead and hurry up and jump on this shit right here, right now. But you always hear them saying things like, what? We are here to fix fallen humanity. Anytime you talk to these people, they tell you that they are here to fix fallen humanity. Now, fixing fallen humanity is a noble undertaking. It is something that if you doing those things, and don't they call themselves noble? It's all about, follow me here, guys. Just follow me. You know what I'm saying? The noble this, noble that. I'm the noble this. And what a noble thing it is to do, to undertake the task of fixing fallen humanity. That is a noble thing to do. Okay? It's a noble thing to do. The problem I'm having with all this nobility, all this fixing of fallen humanity, nigga, how exactly are you going about the business of fixing fallen humanity? First off, to find out about Moorish science and about Moors is like a fucking secret organization. Though it is not clandestine, it is perceived by most to be a secret organization because of the way it's operating. Nobody hears about this shit. You hear about Christianity, Nation of Islam, and Hebrew Israelites when it comes to black people. Nobody really knows about Moors except the people who's in the know who know about Moors. If you go to the average person and talk to them about that shit, they're gonna tell you they're gonna say that they don't know what the fuck you talking about. So how is somebody, a whole group of people who have a mission of fixing fallen humanity, you should at least be known by all the poor people, all the people who are fallen, all the people who are in fucked up positions. They should know who you are because you should be dealing with them. They should know all about Moorish science. They should know all about whatever the fuck it is that you're saying or portraying that you're giving. Now, do I knock Moors? Do I think all Moors are full of shit? No, I don't. Do I think Moors are lying when they talk about we're indigenous? No, I do not. Do I associate all Moors with helping Europeans? Fuck no, I don't do that because I'm a Moor by definition of it. I'm not talking about no group or no organization that I'm joining. I'm just talking about period. I'm a Moor by definition. And I don't help Europeans continue, white supremacy upon my people. But the problem that I'm having with these people that I'm going to address is something specific today. And of course it goes to the heart of Polite and everyone else who does this shit. Why the fuck is you niggas selling things where I can't get a refund if this shit doesn't work? You're not even putting buyer beware on the front of it. You're not coming out saying, listen, buy this at your own risk. Do this at your own risk. Now, you'll have tons of Moors and tons of people come saying that that's what they saying. They'll come out and say, yo, we do say that, or we do say, look, this is something that could get you locked up, or blah, 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 blah. Man, don't nobody hear that shit as much as we hear status correction. You gotta get your status corrected. You have to come down and file and fix this and fix that and fix this. Like, again, I be saying, how the fuck am I gonna try to liberate myself from, let's just put it like this. How am I called person A and I want to liberate myself from person B? And the only way that I can liberate myself from person B is if I go to person B and ask them, give them some pieces of paper to say that, and ask them to sign it and acknowledge that I'm liberated from them. First off, it's still ultimately up to them whether they want to accept that shit or not. That's why I always tell people that status correction is completely ineffective in court, because for two main reasons. Number one, nigga, you're bringing a burden of proof in there on yourself, and that's the most asinine thing to do. That's the most backwards. That's putting the cart before the horse. How the fuck you gonna go down the street and you got the cart in front of the horse? Like, that don't make sense, nigga. How am I gonna go to court and take a burden of proof on myself when there's a prosecutor there who has a burden of proof and she doesn't have any facts or evidence that any of that shit applies to you? That shit is crazy to me. So it's like, when am I gonna get my money back? Like, all these people in this status correction shit, and they go to court and they stand in front of that judge and they say UCC 308-1 says that you must XYZ, and Black's Law Dictionary says this, then all the shit that we hear associated with status correction. All this shit that we hear associated with that shit. How come, dog, when it does not work, I can't get my money back? Because now we're talking about, it's not a product and service that you're selling. Don't be putting on your website, polite, that part is motherfucking status correction, because that's not a product and or service, because products and services I can get refunds on when the things don't work the way that they said they're going to work. You can't fucking come in here and tell me, like I said, you can't sell me no TV, motherfucker, and I go plug the shit in and it doesn't work at all. Or when it does work and I put it in, I plug it in, it's fizzy, and for me to turn the channels, I gotta get a screwdriver and stick it in this hole. Like, this shit is not working the way that you told me it's gonna work. It's not working the way it's supposed to work. So being the fact that it's not working the way that you told me it was gonna work, and it's not working the way that it's supposed to work, I demand a refund. I demand a refund. What's going on, Quad and Chemo? Welcome, welcome. I demand a fucking refund. And there's a reason why ain't nobody getting refunds. It's a reason why don't nobody even offer that shit. And you know what happens when you start talking about refunds and things didn't work and this is not working and that is not working? What starts to happen with these groups of people? Y'all come out and tell me what starts to happen. Oh, you did it wrong. Every single time, every single fucking time that you come back to these people and you start talking to them about what really happened in that courtroom, they're going to tell you you did it wrong. But they don't have any video footage, anything that shows them. They don't even have a transcript that you can read of attacking the judge as he's attacking them and them succeeding and or winning and then coming out victorious in that court case. There's no evidence of that shit. None whatsoever. So here at Shame TV East Watch, what we're doing right now is we're pushing refunds for status corrections. Like, we want refunds for status corrections if this shit doesn't work. We want the next person to come out and say that they sell status correction and that this is a product and service that they have, that they sell. I want to see right there, if I take this shit to court and this judge looks at me and says, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, and sends me to a mental health evaluator, I want a refund. If I take that shit to court and start saying UCC 308-1 sends me to a mental health facility because he says I'm trying to say I'm crazy for coming in here talking about this lunacy, and all I get is, oh, did you file with the county clerk before you went? Get the fuck out of here, man. If that shit is real, so whether I file with the county clerk or not should not be no fucking bearing on nothing. If this shit is real, the only thing I should have to do is go into court and say that shit and stand on it. I should not have to be providing paperwork to somebody who the fuck still makes freedom papers? Because ultimately, yo, that's what you trying to tell me. You trying to tell me there's something still here called freedom papers. And you either got slave papers or you got freedom papers. There's one or the other. I think it can't be one another or the other. I think it has to exist simultaneously. Because if there's paperwork that I could file to be free, then there must be some paperwork that's saying that I'm a slave. Are you kidding me? Yo, my phone is acting real weird right now, y'all. I hope it don't